there, Agile adventurer. Just a quick question. What if, for the price of a fancy coffee or half a pizza, you could unlock over 700 hours of the best Agile content on the planet? That's audio, video, e-courses, books, presentations, all that you can think of. But you can also join live calls with world-class practitioners and hang out in a flame war-free and AI slop-clean Slack with the sharpest minds in the game. Oh, and yes, you get direct access to me, Vasco, your Scrum Master Toolbox podcast. No, this is not a drill. It's the Scrum Master Toolbox membership. And it's your unfair advantage in the Agile world. So if you want to know more, go check out scrummastertoolbox.org/membership. That's scrummastertoolbox.org/membership. And check out all the goodies we have for you. Do it now. But if you're not doing it now, let's listen to the podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday, the Leading Change episode, this week with Salum Abdul-Rahman. Hey, Salum, welcome back.
Hey, good to be here again.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to have you again. And we're diving into the murky waters of change, as they say. So we want to hear a story of a change process that you were involved with, and give us a little bit of context so that we know, what is this about, what kind of organization, and so on. And then walk us through the steps. How did that change process unfold? And as you go through those steps, highlight for us the tools, the tips, the tricks, and the techniques you learned back then that you still apply today.
I actually wrote a blog post about this back in the day, but I see what I can remember without.
But we can put the link to that also on the show notes. So after we record, give me the link and I'll add it to the show notes.
Well, anyways, when I was still working as a software developer at Go4, and I ended up taking up these Scrum Mastery sort of tasks, and I did my Scrum Master certification with Coplian, and I started understanding that I had read about Agile development at university, but I got the idea of what it actually might be. We were working I was working at the consultancy, and people were working in different projects, and we didn't really have a lot of designated Scrum Masters in projects. We sometimes had a designated project manager, but we were doing Scrumish things mostly. So I felt that I needed people to discuss this topic with. So there was the Agile coaching circle going in Helsinki by Agile Finland, and I could rarely participate in those, but sometimes I did. But I felt that I needed something more concrete. So I just sent out an invite on the company Slack that, hey, I want to go talk about Agile leadership, and I'm going to organize a lunch at this restaurant on this Thursday. Join me. And then people showed up, and we just and we had a really nice discussion about how we understand Agile and what people were doing in different projects. Some people were doing something more Kanbanish, and some people were doing Scrum, and then we started. I just started sending this invite out every month, and after a couple of sessions, people were like, "Okay, so now we sort of know each other, and we sort of know what we want." What motivates us, and then I started preparing sort of introductions into topics, and then I started sometimes inviting somebody from the company to talk about a topic they had. So there was this thing about scratching my own itch, and this led, I think, led to, after a couple of years, I said that okay, this is in well, after a year, I was like, okay, maybe I do need to bring somebody in, and then I got a co-facilitator to help me organize and talk and plan what we could be talking about, and then I think after a couple of years, I said that this is I'm no longer going to be doing this, and then somebody else took the mantle. So I think this Agile Leadership Guild died during COVID, but it escalated to the point where we were actually having info sessions that people would prepare some topic that will present for the whole company and stuff like that. So I think the really important part of that was creating a new vehicle for development of Agile understanding and peer sparring within the company, and making it very, very easily accessible for people. I think we used to have the office Thursdays at that point, so the lunch was near the office. So even if people were working at the client, it was sort of easy for them to participate if this was something that they felt they needed.
This is an uplifting story, right? We start with a need, we invite some people show up, maybe not many at first, it doesn't matter, but things kind of start taking a dynamic of its own, and at some point we leave and the thing continues, right? It has a life of its own. And this is an important realization as well, because it's also something that I'm sure we're going to talk about tomorrow on Thursday when we talk about success for Scrum Masters, which is that one of our goals is to help the group, mostly the teams, obviously, to kind of take over the work, right? So that nobody's telling them what to do. They know what to do and they work on it regularly. And when this story for me highlights that this is really practical and possible with a specific approach, right? In this case, I'm thinking the story as you told it to me sounds like, okay, there was a topic that was interesting, there was energy around that topic. Somebody triggered the getting together that you did. And after that, you realize, hey, more people are interested. Hey, let's do this more often. And then that, as you said, escalated to having multiple sessions organized, even at some point for the whole company. And this, for me, what is a little bit sad, I guess I could say, is that we don't take this approach in other change processes, right?
Well, I think the important things were that there was this shared need on this topic, and then we made it explicit in those first discussions. And I think personally, because I had a very strong need, even though after the initial enthusiasm, participation started dripping, I still kept up with the consistent creating the space. And there were these sessions where there were only 3 people, me and 2 others showed up, and then we discussed about how to make this more inviting or more practical. So that comes back to, I think, communication, promotion. You really need to sell what you're doing to people. It's not about telling people what to do. You need to convince them that this is a good idea, and it's marketing.
And marketing in a good sense, right? It's just spreading the word, because the right people will flock to that, right? The people who really care, that are interested, that want to learn, they will flock to that. They will understand what the value is for them and participate.
So I think the consistency and communication were key for.
And of course, it doesn't hurt if it's a lunch, right? Because people have to have lunch, and it's always nice to, if you're doing a work lunch, why not get together with some people and talk about the problems you are facing already? Absolutely. It's a win-win, as they say. Thank you for sharing that story, Salum. It was a great story.
Thank you.
All right, I hope you liked this episode. But before you hit next episode, here's the deal. This podcast is powered by people like you, the members who wanted more than just inspiration. They wanted real tools and real connection to people who are practicing Agile every day. We're talking access to over 700 hours of Agile Gold, CTO level strategy talks, summit keynotes, live workshops, e-courses, deep dive interviews, books, and if you're into no estimates, we got the pioneers of no estimates in those deep dive interviews as well. Agile business intelligence, creating product visions, coaching your product owner courses, you name it. You'll get invites to monthly live Q&As with Agile pioneers and practitioners, plus a private Slack community, which is free of all of that AI slop you see everywhere, and of course, without the flame wars. It's a community of practitioners that want to learn and thrive together. It's the best place to connect with community and learn together. So if this podcast has helped you before, imagine what you will get from this podcast membership. So head on over to scrummastertoolbox.org/membership and join the community that's shaping the future of Agile. And we have so much for you. So check out all the details at scrummastertoolbox.org/membership, because listening is great, it's important, but doing it together, that's next level. I'll see you in the community Slack.
We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.